AI house party images are freaking people out. These are far from normal partygoers. If you scroll down, these are not real images. These are not real people, Will. And if you look closely enough, you're going to notice some oddities in the photo.
Yeah. What really freaks me out is everything is surreal. It looks fine from afar. But then when you start dissecting,
it is such
apart,
an uneasy feeling. And I mean, obviously, just look at her hand under the camera there.
And there's 2 lenses, I guess.
Yeah, and they have too many teeth, some of them.
Yeah.
It's all just...
Yikes.
Yes, I know. The future is possibly terrifying. There's more to look at. What's weird about them is how things can be off, yet how they can look so natural. They look naturally off. Like, you know something is wrong, but at the same time, it's done in such an organic way.
Yeah.
It is bizarre.
And just like slightly like she's a bit more shiny.
Bit too shiny.
Yeah.
Go to the next one.
So subtle, but
how about
so
this
disturbing.
one? One too many fingers? Mm-hmm. And these are not people that have ever existed.
Yeah, they're not real.
These are not events that have ever transpired.
Ugh.
So these ones are via Mid-Journey, and the tweet comes from Miles Zim. He says, Mid-Journey is getting crazy. How about this one here? Mid-Journey is getting crazy powerful. None of these are real photos, and none of these people in them exist.
Ugh.
It's the smiles. It's so seemingly so candid. It's the AI-generated happiness is uneasy, maybe.
And it's the cheekbones somehow are just like so freaky.
You know what? You can obviously tell that this thing is trained on a very specific type of person. Look at this one.
Their hair
with the guys, and are those the same guy, or at least they're very similar?
Yeah.
But weirdly, even that kind of sells me on it. I'm like, are they twins?
Yeah.
Like, reality has some oddities too. What are they drinking? Look at those tiny little cups.
Their fingers. Oh.
Go to the next one. Oh, there's a weird hand down there in the left. You see that? Everything else, though, and the way it mashes the foreground and background, the way it's able to mash what's in focus from, and then the
framing?
Yeah, the framing and the backgrounds themselves. It's obviously referencing a huge data set of party photos in general. And then aiming, this one's pretty good. If you remove one of his extra fingers.
Well, his wrist is tiny, though.
I know, but like just the hand and wrist, this seems to be the only thing we have to go on right now. Actually, his bicep looks a little strange too, this guy in the foreground. But anyway, we are so close, dude.
Oh, my goodness.
We are so close.
There's like imperfections in these photos that just sells it.
Let me tell you what else gets crazy about this. He suggested that variation is the challenge. It defaults to certain type of people when you ask people. Now, you look at the responsibility of these companies from a social perspective when people start to look at them as a reflection or as a remix of reality. That you get to paint the picture of, and I guess, oh man, well, art used to be able to do that, but art wasn't a thing where you would input a question and have an output in the same way as this. It's very, the whole thing is squirrely, and I think we can all agree there's something extremely uneasy about these photos, and if it becomes a significant part of it, like imagine advertising images, Will. Now imagine entire billboard programs and banner ads and even video clips or sitcoms. And
that's what we were talking about yesterday about propaganda. Like these machine learning algorithms are just going to keep feeding like they're each other. But it's going to be so generic.
Imagine, dude, since you're now able to create the content at such a rapid pace with such a huge variety, Now it might be feasible to feed every single person a different reality in totality. So every single advertising image you see looks different than every single advertising image I see, but it's for the same product. Because now all the data that's been pooled on you and whatever your lifestyle or preferences or whatever, and then you're getting, and it's already kind of like that when it comes to feeds and social media, that we're already going towards these
more personalized
silos of existence that are completely solo. And if the imagery backs that up and becomes something like that, you can imagine a fairly lonely place in which shared experience, actual shared experience with humans and crossover, human to human crossover, becomes scarce.
Yikes.